How banks make money from credit cards. Every time you swipe your credit card, the bank is making money. But do you know how? It's not only about the interest rates. Banks earn from merchant fees, hidden charges, and even the way you repay your bill. In this video, let's pull back the curtain and understand how banks really profit from your credit card usage. Your every swipe generates profit. Every time you swipe your credit card, banks are making money. But do you know how? It's not just about interest rates. Banks earn from merchant fees, hidden charges, and even from the way you pay your bills. The truth is, your spending habits are carefully designed to maximize their profits. Let's pull back the curtain on how banks really profit from your credit card usage and turn your financial behavior into their revenue streams. The big three revenue streams. Let us start with the three biggest sources of revenue for banks: interest income, merchant discount rate, and annual or joining fees. Interest income. First and most important, interest income. If you don't pay your bill in full, banks start charging interest at 30 to 45% annually. That's among the highest borrowing costs in India. Even if you pay just the minimum due, most of it goes towards interest rather than reducing your principal. This is why unpaid balances quickly snowball into big debt. Example, 1000 rupees spent with only 50 rupee minimum payment leads to ballooning interest charges. Merchant discount rate, MDR. Second, the merchant discount rate or MDR. Every swipe costs merchants 1 to 3% in fees to banks and networks like Visa, MasterCard or RuPay. You don't see this, but it's built into product prices. Whenever you swipe your card at a shop, the shopkeeper doesn't receive the full amount. For example, on a 1000 rupee purchase, the merchant may only receive 970 rupees, while 30 rupees goes to the bank and the card network, like Visa, MasterCard or RuPay. You don't see this fee, but it's silently built into the cost of goods and services. Annual and joining fees. Third, annual and joining fees. Many premium cards, especially those with lounge access or high reward rates, charge fees ranging from a few hundred rupees to several thousand per year. Banks design attractive offers, rewards, and cashback programs to tempt customers into paying these fees without much hesitation. The hidden charges. Now, let's look at the hidden charges that catch many cardholders off guard. Late payment fees. If you miss your due date, banks can slap penalties ranging from 500 to 1000 rupees, instantly increasing your debt. Cash withdrawal charges. If you withdraw cash using your card, expect fees of 2.5 to 3.5%, plus interest that starts from day one. Foreign transaction fees. If you shop online in dollars or swipe your card abroad, banks usually add a markup of 2 to 3.5% on top of the exchange rate. These charges add up quickly, especially for people who are not careful with repayment or who use cards abroad frequently. Cross-selling and data monetization. Your credit card isn't just a payment tool, it's a data goldmine that banks leverage for additional revenue streams. Strategic cross-selling. Banks analyze your spending patterns to offer targeted personal loans, insurance products, and investment schemes. Your payment behavior helps them assess your creditworthiness for higher margin products. Data analytics revenue. Spending data is valuable. Banks use this information for market research, targeted advertising partnerships, and developing new financial products that align with consumer behavior patterns. For example, you may get calls offering personal loans on your credit card or add-on insurance. At the same time, banks analyze your spending data. This data helps them target you with offers and partnerships, and that too becomes a revenue stream. The reality check. So the next time you swipe, remember, your card is not free. Banks earn at every step, whether you pay interest, fees, or even if you pay on time through merchant charges. Understanding these profit mechanisms helps you make informed decisions about credit card usage. Banks have created a system where they win regardless of your payment behavior. But awareness gives you the power to minimize unnecessary costs. The key is recognizing that credit cards are profitable products for banks first, convenient payment tools for consumers second. This perspective shift can help you use credit more strategically. What's coming next? So now you know your credit card isn't really free. Banks profit at every step, whether it's through interest on balances, hidden fees, or even from merchants and cross selling. The smarter you use your card, the less you pay to the bank. In our next video, we'll examine the common risks and debt traps every card holder should avoid, plus practical strategies for using credit cards smartly. We'll cover how to turn the tables and make credit cards work for you rather than against you. Learn to navigate the system that banks have carefully designed. Don't forget to subscribe to Money and Credit Simplified. And let's make money and finance simple together.